climate here. You can hear the oxygen. No city centre would be complete without a KFC. Can I tell you? I think I would be good at this. I like a good argument. Welcome to the most mysterious country in the world. And what better place to start than Potala Palace. So Potala Palace is the highest palace in the world at about 13,000 feet, and you can feel every foot of it. I had the worst sleep of my life. Got my little hat on. You just feel the lack of oxygen. I did not expect it to be so bad. And if there is a cure for altitude sickness, it would be this palace. Have a look at this. Incredible. So many people here too as well. And I think they put the restrictions on about 2,000 people because they're worried about the structure of the actual building. So 2,000 people could be come and gone within, I think, about 11 or 12 o'clock in the morning. Potala Palace is as well one of the biggest challenges for, I say, 99% of tourists coming here. And the other 1%, that would be Mount Everest. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the most iconic building in the Himalayas. Potala Palace. Let's check it out. So we've just arrived inside the grounds of the palace. And as you can tell, oxygen is still a problem. But look how well it's looked after. Incredible. You've got hedges, nice trees, flowers, and of course you have the Potala Palace here, which was built around 1300 years ago as a gift from the king to his wife and partner. What a gift. Alright guys, this is the start. No steps yet. We have our first, nearly got hit by a selfie stick. I've got enough problems here today. There's a guy behind me, obviously he's breathing in a little bit of oxygen from one of the canisters. They sell these throughout the city. But this is the first step. Let's see how it goes. In front of us, we have my guide, Ringching. Hello. Hi. And he's going to carry me up the stairs, isn't that right?
Yes.
You'll carry me?
Yeah.
You can see how slow some people are walking. Some people walk in like a little zigzag, so you use less energy and therefore less oxygen. Tell you what, newfound respect for anybody who climbs mountains above 3,500 metres. Incredible. But a wee bit more information about this Potala Palace, which was, as I said, built by one of the kings for his wife, and since then it was taken over by the Dalai Lama, which is the spiritual leader of Tibet. In the 1950s he was marched out of Tibet as he fled, I have to be careful what I say here, as he fled during China's invasion, and he escaped through the Himalayas, the highest mountain range in the world, to India. Alright guys, we just stopped for a little breather. Excuse the pun. Incredible the amount of people here. I think everyone comes in the morning rather than the afternoon. And this hat, I have to say, you could not cope without this hat. This hat is incredible. The sun here, because you're 3,500 metres in altitude, the sun is just unbearably intense. You can actually feel it. I can feel it in my arms. There's no protection on my arms. But yeah, you can see everyone either got umbrellas or hats or oxygen and plenty of water. It's a really, really dry climate here. You can hear the oxygen. Everyone's getting high. This isn't stone. Oh, this is actually...
Not stone, it's a stick, a small, like a bamboo shoot, like.
Yeah.
But not bamboo shoot. In Tibetan language, we said this pema.
Okay.
Shing pema. That is all the monastery. We use these sticks to.
So anything that's red.
The walls.
Okay. So anything that's red is.
Yeah. The red is colored.
Okay.
And also in the winter time, it can absorb the heat. In the summer, it is like ventilators for the walls.
So good insulation.
Very good insulation.
And what about the red palace at the top? The red palace is made of this?
Yes.
We have arrived, or nearly arrived, and what my guide Ringching was telling me is the white walls are actually repainted every year, and they use a mix of white paint, honey, sugar and saffron, and they paint it So effectively he was saying it's quite sweet if you taste it. And then all the locals come and they watch it. It's actually a little bit of a ceremony too, which is interesting. But from here you can see the great views of Lhasa. There's a little bit more of a new city of Lhasa. And then down there is the east side of Lhasa, and then obviously this side is the west. And then coming in we have, I think, alright, this is yak.
Yes, here.
This, yeah, so this is made from yak, which is a very famous animal here in Tibet. And this keeps the cold air out, or the warm air out, whatever it is. Tell me, what is the difference between, obviously you've got the White Palace, a huge White Palace, and then you've got the Red Palace there in the background. What is the main difference?
Potala Palace is divided into two colors. So red, when the great lamas. Actually these colors are the colors of the protectors.
And then what was the white used for? For like just, you know, like a government building?
Enlightenment.
Oh, okay.
When we go inside, actually on the top, right now the tourist is not allowed.
Yeah, okay.
Actually right now this is the entry door.
Okay, okay.
Entry gate.
这是没到5亿呢，这儿到5亿更晚。
Right, this is the point. More cameras. Oh. Well, that was an absolute shame not to be able to record anything or take any photos. What a place, incredible. We went through the White Palace, as you can see here just in front of us, which is the political and administration centre, and then the Red Palace is where the lamas would have lived. Nobody really knows how many rooms there are, but I think there's around 1,000 rooms. And then each of the past lamas, you get to see each of their tombs as well. And one, I think it was Lama, I think it was the 13th Lama. 1,300 kilograms of gold was used in building his tomb. Incredible. The amount of money in there is just vast. And yeah, they had sacks and sacks, people giving. There was monks in there as well. They were reciting little prayers, and people were getting, they had little tokens. So tourists had these tokens with them, these beads, and they were getting them blessed. So much going on. Such a shame not to be able to record, but we're just at the back here now. So at this point you can get to see the size of Lhasa. Bear in mind this is probably only half of it because the other half is on the other side. Quite big actually. All the buildings are fairly low, and there is a legal stipulation when you're building, you know, whether it's offices or apartments or whatever, it cannot be taller than Potala Palace. Well, we're down. I'll tell you what, it's certainly easier going down the steps than it is going up. A little bit better. This guy has one leg, and this is prostration, which we'll take a look at later. Struggle to walk a little bit, but I do have some oxygen and some water. That is the key. Right, guys, this is a sign or a little symbol that you'll see throughout Tibet and Lhasa. So just above the road here you have in large Tibetan and Chinese writing which says commemorating the democratic reform of China since 65 years, which basically means since Tibet came under the rule of the Chinese. And you see this, there's just countless reminders of this for Tibetans. We have more security cameras here on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see them flashing. 5, 6, I can't even count that out. It's ridiculous. Hello. So this is the helmets the guys wear. So there's no... This is a hard hat, like his hat. Health and safety, we're going to get in this. Right. Let's see what a tuk-tuk's like in Tibet. Tasha Dilly.
He's Chinese.
Oh, he's Chinese. Ni hao. Ni hao. I still don't understand the road laws when it comes to tuk-tuks, bicycles and motorbikes, because currently we're going to zebra crossing and now we are turning onto the road.
哪个国家的？
Ni hao. Ni hao.
什么国家？ 啊。
Fluent in all languages. Now here up ahead of us you have a portrait of the Chinese president.
他还穿那么少。1天半2天。
One of the 3 essentials here in Tibet: lipsil, oxygen, and a hat. Alright, time for some traditional Tibetan food. Look at this. Alright, let's have a look at the menu. I wasn't fit enough to have breakfast this morning for obvious reasons. I think this is maybe the traditional, more sort of Western options. You have pancakes, some bread, some eggs, some potatoes, yogurt, cereals, milk. So we have some local Tibetan food now. So this looks like, I don't know, some chips, some bread, some meat, maybe more yogurt. When you come to a place like this for the first time, and you're trying a new cuisine, it's always best to do this. Okay, so after some food, we have now arrived at Barkor Street, and this is the street that circles around probably the most important temple in Tibetan Buddhism, and that's Jokhang. You can see obviously there are many people here, and they walk in a clockwise formation around the temple to show their respects, and this is called Kora, which can be done in many different ways, by simply just walking or by prostrating. There's many different age groups, many different type of people. There are people who are disabled, crawling, people who are in wheelchairs. So this is a sign of respect and to show their commitment to the religion of Tibetan Buddhism. It's just incredible. I think these are tourists, so we have tourists dressing up in traditional Tibetan outfit, and they have these little prayer wheels, and it's normally used more by locals. So what they do, they rotate the prayer wheels, and these come in all sorts of different sizes, shapes, and that again, that is a way to show their respect and commitment to religion. And we have no city centre would be complete without a KFC. There we go. The gentrification of Tibet has already begun. Wow, what incredible! The buildings are fascinating. Actually, you've got this is obviously part of the old town still. You know, you've got the colourful drapes above the doors, and the doors colourful themselves. And above, you've got the designs of the windows and the window frames, and of course, you are not going to be having anything else but a Chinese flag. And there are many of them. And this is Jokhang Temple, one of the most important temples in Tibetan Buddhism. That's where the statue of Sukhumani, the founder of Buddhism, is held inside. And that's why you get a lot of people here. You can see here a lot of people prostrating, a lot of people praying and bowing. Here as well is the same. Built around the same time period as Potala Palace, about 1300 years ago. And around the palace you'll get Barkor Street. So this is a street where you can see people, everyone walking in the same direction. They'll walk in a clockwise formation, and this goes the whole way around the palace. And they'll walk here for, some will walk a couple of laps, sometimes in threes, others will walk up to 10, up to 11, 12 hours. And it used to be more until they close it in the evenings. It's just absolutely fascinating. It's incredible, the amount of people here. And it shows the respect and the dedication Buddhists have to the religion. Even the dogs are happy here in Lhasa. So welcome to Sera Monastery here just behind me, but we have not come here to admire the beautiful architecture because it is quite fascinating, to be honest. We have come here instead, you can probably hear, to enjoy the monks debating. Wow, look at this. I didn't realise there was going to be so many.
Yeah.
And how long does this last?
It takes hours.
Hours?
Yeah, they are debating each other about the religions, about the prayer books. They're saying there's, some people says there is a real life. The other monk, he will against about it. And he will take his knowledge, how much he has.
Can I tell you? I think I would be good at this. I like a good argument. Probably got, I don't know, maybe at least 100, maybe 150. And you can see the clapping, you can hear the clapping. You've got, I'm guessing, the people taking the information first are sitting down, and then those that are talking. Lots of commotion, lots of drama. It's very interesting. And here at the back, if you don't like to be too aggressive whenever you're having a little discussion, I think this is a little bit more subtle, more softly spoken monks having a little chat. And you get the louder, the rowdy ones. How long has this been going on for?
1,000 years ago.
1,000 years?
1,000 years ago. Just like a school, when we graduate,
yeah.
Just like an examination.
I'll tell you what, it's another way to make sure that someone's going to listen to you. Do a bit of slapping in front of their face. So what the teaching has actually told me is they're actually debating different ways. There's different ways they can interpret, obviously, of what they've learned and when they're going through their education about being a monk. So many of the monks might have one interpretation, many might have another. So what they're doing now is sitting down, have a little discussion, and to see really what the outcome is, who's right, and see if they can probably still continue to learn. Time for some Tibetan tea. A little look around. Inside, traditional seats. You have the tables, probably the kitchen in the back. The menu, of course. They love their noodles. Absolutely love their noodles and pasta. Some crisps, chips. Very good. So we're going to have some tea.
Yes,
have some tea.
some sweet tea.
And a sit down. This guy has been taking me walking. I told him I was not well this morning, and he takes me all around Lhasa. Oh, what is this?
It's a vermicelli. I think in English they use vermicelli. It's like a jelly or something.
Okay, yeah, we'll try it.
We can try it, okay?
Yeah, for sure. This is the traditional sweet Tibetan tea. It's very milky. There's milk in here too? Milk? Sorry.
Yes, milk powder. They use milk powder to make the sweet tea.
You make a little prayer before you drink this?
Yes.
Okay. What do I say?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's a long word.
Gambe. Chinese.
Gambe.
Not as sweet as Iraq tea though?
No, not like that. Not so much sweet.
Very milky and very hot. That'll pass the Nigel Simpson test for being hot. Next on the menu here is jelly. What is the name of this in Tibetan?
Which one? Lebi.
This is what?
Lebi.
Lebi. And this?
The same name.
Oh, the same. Right, okay. And we have what? Nuts, spring onions. What's this? Soya sauce?
Soya sauce, and other one is vinegar.
Vinegar? So we've got vinegar in here? Okay, this is definitely going to be interesting.
You want spicy?
No, just leave it for now. I'll try it first without the spice. Okay. Wow, it's like it's like jelly spaghetti. It's exactly what it's like. The flavour, a hint of vinegar, a little bit of soy, and I think that's about it. There's not actually too much flavour to it. This now, which I think's got a little bit of spice in it. It's got, I don't know, is that tofu? What's that? What is this?
This is made from flour or something.
Okay, so some sort of bread, I'm guessing. Bon appetit. Similar sort of flavour, less vinegar, not much spice. Did you put spice in this?
Yeah, little spicy.
A little bit of a kick. And this here, I'm not so sure. Not bad little snack.
Yes.
What's your name? Name.
Dumpy.
Nice to meet you. David.
Fine.
I'll tell you what, they start gambling at a very early age here in Tibet. They are gambling?
No, they said no.
They are. They're lying.
No, this small ticket is 1 yuan.
Ah,
1
okay.
yuan, they will get 2 tickets.